Hello. Welcome back, everybody. I just wanted to do a quick greeting message, and thank you for deciding to check out the video. This is another D&D backstory, which I really enjoy doing. So if you like that kind of content, give me a like down below, because later I have 2 ideas of more D&D things, because I really like Dungeons & Dragons. Fight me. Anyways, so if you enjoy that kind of content, subscribe down below. And, so now, enjoy the backstory D&D YouTube drawing video about Leonore and Leonidas, the Paladin out for the blood of those that killed her love, and the Warlock who sold the ultimate form of misery. Let's go. Why do I say things the way that I do? Leonore and Leonidas lived on the streets the entirety of their lives, but the twins' natural charisma allowed them to make friends with ease. Having several friends, and even when their childhood was rough, they had moments of light and brevity. As they grew, and started to make life choices, they were ready to move on with their lives. So Leonore and Leonidas split paths for the first time. Leonidas left for the Silencia Healers Guild, ignorant of the dark deeds that would go on there. Leonore left for the Boros Legionnaire, chasing after someone, rather than something grander. As Leonidas walked up the steps, it was a year in when he discovered the inner circle of the Hexblades, apparent defenders of freedom in an ambitious group. He was soon inducted, and immediately took the deal without knowing the consequences of his actions. He was to offer up not his, nor his loved one's soul, but the loved one of his loved one's soul. The ultimate misery, setting him apart from the one he loved by betraying her in the worst way imaginable. But he did not think his twin, Leonore, had someone close to her like that. He was completely and incredibly wrong. Brynhild, or Bryn for short, was just a human, but her humanity made her more. She believed that the good she did meant more than anything else in the world. For a while with the Boros, things were good. For a single, solemn note, things were good. But everything ends, and everything burns. A routine patrol of the sewers underneath the streets was made anything but routine. The Drow attacked a large group of them who from the shadows picked off members of the squad one by one with ease, taking those who they could as prisoners and those who refused as warnings to the rest of the team. This group of Drow, the Galeth as they called themselves, took the survivors as prisoners and slaves. After a year, Leonidas he received news of the Galeth, an order of Drow who worked under the demon, fulfilling the soul collection, a trade-off for his new power. He was confused at first, but soon came to the realization of what he had given away. But Leonore was not one who sat still for long, and at the first chance, Leonore ran. But she ran alone, leaving her group, her beloved Bryn, behind. Leaving them alone, she ran. Leonore escaped from being a prisoner to the Galeth to being a prisoner of her own mind. She could not forgive herself, and did not want to. She wanted to hurt those that made her make that choice in the first place. But that was her as well, wasn't it? Or maybe it was just the Galeth. Maybe she was correct in her choice to run. Maybe she was part of those she needed vengeance on? I will hunt them. Her words echoed in her mind so loud they sounded like words in her ears, and maybe they were. No matter what stands between me and them, I will hunt them. She felt something inside of her burst and break, and she fell. The words so loud in her mind, they had to be coming out of her mouth, but yet her lips would not move. No mercy for them. Her body began to violently shake. She had to steady herself, forcing pressure into her hands, but she could not feel it. She felt only a burning, angry sensation. Because they made the mistake of showing me mercy. The fire was in her hands, and she balled her fists, letting it burn and tear. By any means, I will make them pay. Leonore began to glow, and she closed her eyes to the bright mass that was her body. She was delirious. It had been days since she had left, and she hadn't found anyone who could help her. She had survived on her own for this long, and perhaps this was just how she died. These were the words of a dying woman. Did they truly mean anything? But on her deathbed, doesn't that mean they meant the world? Whatever costs to me, I will pay them. The glowing, the fire, the energy, it all was bursting around her. She was dying. She felt like she was dying. Maybe this was the end. Maybe this is what she deserved, but the glowing, the fire, the energy just kept building and building and building with each word that she spoke. And if they hurt another being... Leonore stood on shaking legs. She would not die like this, because she had promises to fulfill. It will be my responsibility, because I did nothing. Deep breaths. She steeled herself. The fire, the energy, the glowing. It would not subside. She opened her eyes and she spoke. She spoke with such conviction to her words. Whatever beings were out there, they listened. And if they didn't, by the gods themselves, they would pay for not believing in her conviction. I will have vengeance. And with those words, she sealed an oath to herself, to any and all higher powers that listened. She was a paladin. And gods have mercy on any who stood in her way. Leonidas had sold the ultimate misery in exchange for his powers. New abilities that confused and maybe perhaps scared him. It was all so different and new. But he kept faith and studied incredibly hard, honing his gifts. And when he met his sister, he feared what may happen. Did the Galeth tell her that he had sent them? Maybe he was going to get what he deserved. He was so confused. He was so scared. She had always been the better fighter than him, but he had also new abilities. But could he really use them on her? Is that something he possessed the ability to do? After all, he had sent the Galeth after them. After the person his sister loved. He had done that. And perhaps in his heart, he was glad that he didn't know exactly the price he had to pay for these powers. Because as much as in his darkest moments, he could try and say that he didn't want these, they felt good. This power, this ability, it felt good. He felt powerful and strong. It was also confusing. And as he met up with his sister once more at 20 years old, where he was told for Brynhold and Leonore's actions that left her alone, there was guilt heavy in his heart, but there was still this demon that was feeding Leonidas' powers. He committed perhaps his most selfish act, and he kept face as a happy-go-lucky man of the hour, hiding this for 3 years as he and his sister find work amongst a group of adventurers. He believes his secret's safe. He tries to believe his secret is safe. But down where he lusts after this power given to him, he knows this secret is not safe from his sister's wrathful vengeance. Thanks for watching me be overdramatic for a bunch of time while I drew cool art. At least I hope it's cool art. I'm gonna look back on this in 3 years and realize I don't know what anatomy was. Anyways, so if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you didn't like it, why are you here? If you like other things I've been doing on the channel, hit the subscribe button. Don't watch anything from like 10 months ago though, because everything back there was... What was I doing? Anyways, notification bell if you want to be notified when I post new content, which is somewhat inconsistent. Anyways, I will see you all later. Bye! That's the end of the video. Go away.